Boop, boop. Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my live talk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Howdy and aloha, everybody. I hope I'm streaming. If this isn't working, then everything I set up sucks. But anyway, howdy and aloha. Okay, it has been a while. Listen, dial-up or whatever the hell we were using sucked. So now I've got, I don't know, 800 megabits per second or something. Hopefully everything's working out well with the feed. Oh, look, my dog tags. Right? And that is the deck of an aircraft carrier. All right. Where I used to be on. The ship of death, or the ships of death, pretty much. But, you know, we're still just protecting ourselves from ourselves. These are my two boys right there. They're much larger now. But I like having them here because I love them and I miss them. And let me see what else I got. This is the farm I was raised on. Grandfather had it for 40 years because I'm kind of a farm boy. That's Avocado Ranch in Valley Center, California. And lots of cool experiences there, a lot of good stuff. But anyway, listen, the show is about, I don't know, saving the planet and all of its inhabitants. Why isn't this working? And honestly, it's not getting any easier. You know, I know it's a broad stroke and it's a lot going on. Here's a better picture. Honestly, I got to show you this picture. This is all my kids. And there's another one out there, Desiree, but I'll show you her in a second. A little bit. That's Liana, Ryan, Chase. Okay, hopefully that'll hang back up there. Which, if I get lucky, it'll happen. And I got lucky, it didn't happen, and it's still there. Okay. All right. Here it is. This is why I do what I do. I don't have an agenda. I'm not trying to get likes. I'm not trying to get, well, I mean, it'd be nice. And I'm not trying to do this to make money. This is my own money. I'm not trying to do it to get super chat. No, I'm doing this to save, for them to get a better life. I'm doing it to make sure that in the near future or distant future, we can have the Orville. I know it's kind of a crappy little show, but, you know, I would like our species to advance. I do not think right now we are worthy of that. I don't think we're worthy of much of anything we do because we still have a great deal of idiots and morons out there and stuff like that. So let me just see if I'm actually broadcasting right now. Holy shit, I am. Hey, Will. Oh, let me put the thing in here, you guys. How to get on to the Zoom. Jordan, what's up? Hey, Mana. You keep saving the planet, and Jesse for Prez. Oh, yeah, for sure. This is so. Thank you. So let's fast forward on what's going on. Okay. And I think it's true. Will, I'll be with you guys in a second. Hopefully, Chad will come on too, and whoever else snorking the whole game. But let's just take the past 30 years, okay? And let's just look at it like it's been a complete and total fucking fiasco, which it has. It's been pathetic, embarrassing, shameful. You know, what the Polynesians say, or especially the Hawaiians, it's been blala. Blala means you have shamed your family. You are doing things that embarrass the family. You are not working. You are doing drugs. You are being abusive. You are an asshole. You are all kinds of, you know, you're just a fucking all-out piece of shit prick. And I think we've been that way. I think this country, honestly, and I'm not talking about the people. I am not talking about the U.S. voting republic. I'm not talking about the children or the babies or the kids or, from pre-K to elementary, middle school, high school, all the way up into college. I don't think many of them really get it. But there's a good number, I would say, of people, let's just say from 23 and up. I'm going to say 23 because about 23, 24, you're starting to kind of get what the world is about. You're starting to really open your eyes on what's really going on. Depending on the circle of people you're with, the family you're with, the village you live in, and what kind of information you're getting from them, and what you've gained somewhat cognitively and subconsciously of your perception of things. Maybe you're a hater, maybe you're crazy, maybe you're a druggie, maybe you're a hardworking construction worker, or somebody's just getting out of college, has a doctorate degree, or maybe you're just going to be an engineer, or maybe you're working for Elon Musk. Who the fuck knows? Okay, you have A, B, C, D, F people. It's just the way it works. I've never been an A person very long. I've been kind of a C and minus up to like a B plus person, occasional A minus person, every once in a while, kind of like an alpha guy, but no, honestly, it's just, and I'm okay with that. There are some people out there that kick ass and take no prisoners, and that's fantastic. And I want them to be there, and I want them to be on the front lines and doing what's necessary to take care of themselves. But at the same point, we need to also think about the planet. So with all this happening and all these people coming through, and the U.S. voting republic, and there's these people out there that have turned into blahlas. And I'm talking about your Dumbocrats and your Republicans, okay? I'm not talking about anybody else. And what that is the legislators, judiciaries, and executives. Dumbocrats and Republicans. Dumbocrats and Republicans. These are people that aren't bringing up something that's probably the most important topic or the most important issue out there right now is campaign finance reform, or better yet, getting rid of Citizens United, which nobody's fucking talking about, or McCutcheon versus the FEC. And the reason why I bring this up is because I know that Jesse Ventura will be talking about that consistently, because everything that's fucked up and ridiculously pathetic or blah blah, shameful, crappy, has to do with the money that's injected by these lobbyists and these corporations and the corporate elite and the elite and the 1% and all these fucking crazy narcissistic nutbags that just don't get global warming. They just don't get, income inequality. They just don't get homelessness. They just don't get immigration, borders, walls, barriers. They just don't get it. Okay, so, and it's gotten immensely worse in the past 30 years. It's in regards to the plethora of corruption that we've seen. They've just, the great thing about the Republicans, honestly, is they fucking just throw it in your face. They just do it right there. They don't give a shit. We're stabbing you in the back. No, they're stabbing you in the forehead and in the eyeballs. They're doing it right in front of you. The thing about the Dumbocrats, and I'm talking again about the legislators, judiciaries, and executives, mostly the legislators, a few judiciaries, mostly at the federal level, definitely at the federal level, some at the state level, very minimal at the county level, and probably hardly much. It just takes time for them to get to that federal corrupted blah stage. So I'm talking about the blala in whole, which is actually the two-party oligarchy. Okay. So recently, a bill was passed in its campaign finance reform, and it came out of the House, which is majority of Democrats. Basically, what that is just a facade. If you do not understand it, then I need to explain it, and I'll do it quick. It's just a ploy. It's just a dog and pony show. It's just a little circus. It's a flea circus. It's an act, or they're trying to appease the base by throwing these things out there that they know will never go through. That bill will not go through at all through the Senate. If it does, you know what? I'll eat. No, I can't say that. But come on. It's just things are going to happen in the House by the Dumbocrats that they know is never going to get through the Senate that's majority red. Okay, now the Republicans, honestly, are just they're corporate money elitists backing people. They tell you that socialism is ridiculous, but the military is socialism. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Sidewalks and roads and some health care out there that is emergency provided in most states that people have relied upon and lived and kept from being dead. The firemen that protect you and keep your house from burning and keep your forest from burning all the way across the United States, like it's happening every summer in California. Socialism exists to a certain extent to help keep the U.S. voting republic and its children and the people that are in the U.S. safer. That's what it's supposed to be for. It's not supposed to be there to benefit big pharma, like just happened with a new bill that came out or something that's supporting big pharma. Oh, excuse me, not supporting, but Pfizer's co-president or executive leader of Pfizer is hosting the Democratic, is sponsoring the Democratic debates. Of course they are. Of course, yeah. And of course, Exxon, BP, and Mobil, and all those guys are going to support the Republican debates. And I mean, what do I need to say to tell you that you, as the U.S. voting republic, do not mean shit? And I'm talking about the 99%. I'm not talking about the 1%. I'm talking about people that make over probably 200, 300, 400,000 a year, and they could care less. Some do care, some don't. I would say the majority of them don't care because they have filtered water in their homes. They have nothing but the best, and I'm sure they worked hard for it. I'm sure they fucking alpha, beta, alpha their way through, college and the military, or they did it through, working, or maybe, however they got to where they needed to be. Maybe they were given a silver spoon or a golden spoon or a diamond spoon like Trump was, that piece of shit, when he got his millions of dollars from his father. But the major point I'm trying to make, with all the chaos in the past 30 years and the people that are running the show up there in Congress are on the Hill, the Blalas, in general, or the two-party oligarchy, they just need to go. I mean, there are people out there right now. There are people out there that are actually poised and ready on both sides of that back the Dumbocrats and back the Republicans, and they're waiting to, and they have actually talked about militias. They've actually, and I'm not just talking about the Republicans. I'm actually talking about Dumbocrats out there that are getting pretty crazy. There are people out there, some serious people out there that are talking about revolutions or a physical revolution. That would be fucking nuts. That would just be fucking nuts. If there's anything that would want more, the two-party oligarchy or the Blala estate, right? Or the Blala, let's just call it the Blala party. Because it's one party and it's just Blala, So I love this. So the Republicans and Dumbocrats, legislators, judiciaries, and executives, mostly at the federal level, created the two-party oligarchy, which is the Blala Party. And if you ask any Polynesian, being Blala is a piece of shit. Period. You're just fucking you. If you ever say to a Hawaiian, "You're a Blala," I will tell you right now, you better be right. Because if you're not, he's probably going to eat you. I'm just saying. Now, with that being known and that being the case, a revolution should happen. People should protest. People should, you know, go after in a peaceful manner, in a smart manner, not in a crazy way. Not with tiki torches and fucking pickaxes. I was gonna say pitchforks, but no, I like swinging a pickaxe. That's what I like swinging. I dug a lot of fucking ditches in my time in that farm. I guaranteed over miles. And Jimbo here knows how to fucking swing a pickaxe. Listen, I want people to have their riches. I want people to have their lifestyles. I want people to be successful. Absolutely. You worked hard for it. You deserve it. But we're at a time, like in that movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still, as lame as the performances were, especially by Keanu Reeves, the best part was when John Cleese was talking to, Klaatu was his name, and he said, and they were drawing on the chalkboard, and Klaatu, who Keanu Reeves played of the alien, was finishing some crazy ass astrophysics formula. Possibly, I couldn't really tell because I don't know. And then, and he comes up, and then John Cleese comes up. So you're the one. So how, and they started talking, and John Cleese says, you know, we're at the pinnacle. We're at the precipice. We are now, in my opinion, at the precipice of time where chaos is happening. You've got presidents storming out of countries because he doesn't want to play nice with his fucking toys, right? Leaving Kim Jong-un in North Korea, who just pick a country out there. Just pick a fucking country that isn't pissed off at us. Pick one. Pick one that we haven't fucked with severely in some way, shape, or form, and just ruin their lives. And we're not just talking about the government. We're not just talking about the elite of the country. We're talking about the people of these countries. In the 241, 42 years that we've been a nation, 220 plus years, we've been in some conflict, killing, destroying, maiming, hurting men, women, and children. We've killed over 20 million people. Look, I am a proud patriot of being in the military, right? For not too long, but long enough to know that I was there. And I participated from a distance, not totally, in Desert Storm for the 90-day war. When we took over Kuwait, when we helped Kuwait, in stealing oil from Saddam Hussein because they were drilling diagonally. That was the Newsweek order. Newsweek article back in the time that actually Newsweek used to have some good information. Anyway, so what I'm really getting to is you've got all this crap happening it's like a volcano about to erupt. It's like I can sense it around me. Whether I've got my mana is just, I'm really in tune with what's going on, unless I'm kind of buzzed and I don't. But basically what I'm really trying to say is right now we are at the precipice of many things, not just of good things that could happen, like solar using free energy. That's free. Wind is free. Solar is free. Yes, you might have to build a couple of solar cells. They've created shingles that can collect solar energy, photovoltaic energy. You have windmills that are created so much better and so uh, just half a turn can create several watts. And the gearing ratios that they're using now. And there's just so many different ways. Currents, just the tides themselves or the waves. They've got waves of these chains that go up and down in these buoys. And what they do, it's like this. Here, look. Oh, wait. What's a good? Like this. There's the buoy comes up, right? And it comes up, and there's a string attached to it. So every time it goes up, it cranks this thing, and then it goes down. When the waves come, ooh, right? There's so many ways to harness the active nature of the planet to power what we need for us to survive. We've got Elon Musk landing fucking afterburner freaking jets, rockets on platforms in the middle of the ocean. We have so many great things that we can be doing. But instead, Syria, Libya, Afghanistan, now Iran, more conflict with North Korea. I mean, how many more fucking nations do we need to piss off because we're at the precipice of all of this? We're at the precipice of the hate that's happening in this country between colors of fucking people and religions of fucking, because one person wants to do this and another person wants to do, whatever their fucking religion is. Pick a fucking religion. There's over 2,000 of them. Right? We've got people that are dying because of the water they're drinking. It's still in Flint, Michigan. It's still fucked up. The water that Obama wouldn't drink. We've got people that are dying because they don't have enough health care, because they can't. We have people living in the streets because all it took was a medical bill. And now their entire family's in a fucking cardboard box. I'm not just talking about the United States. I'm talking everywhere. I can just feel this like negative energy that is so powerful that something's going to pop. And with this fucking jackass piece of shit, blala motherfucker, Donald fucking Trump, he's the kid in the group of kids that says, you know what? That's a gas can. Don't light that match and throw it in the gas can. What? Throws it in, and boom. Right? He's that kid. Yeah, let's get Mikey. Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do anything. He's an idiot. That's fucking Donald Trump. Okay? The guy just needs to go. I agree. But what's next? Let's not even get into those politics. Let's not let them win this conversation. This is why I talk about Jesse Ventura. He's the one guy that's going to come out as soon as he announces, and I'm hoping this. I am not hoping, I'm praying, I'm everything. I'm trying to get this guy to say, you know what? I'm going to take a hit for the team. He's that guy that can do it. I can't do it. I don't have that. I've got 263 fucking people subscribing to me. But my videos go all over the place. I had one video that I was talking about Tulsi Gabbard. It was mainly a test to see how many Democrats there were out there that would, suck onto the Democratic thing. But I had a good point. He is this guy that's going to. This is how I say it. What's the status on Jesse? Any word yet? I'm hoping in April, guys, real quick, before I continue on Jesse. I'm getting in touch with his publicist, and hopefully he'll have some type of announcement. Gosh. Okay, so let's talk about the reasons for Jesse. Okay, the reasons for Jesse with the Green Party is he is more aligned than anybody else. He has more people that are following him that know him. Go across the world, go into some bar, go into some sporting event and go, hey, do you know Jesse Ventura? If you asked 100 people in any place across the nation, one of those people would know who the Jesse Ventura. Oh, Jesse Ventura, the wrestler. Okay, whatever, wherever you're at, Europe especially, of course. Maybe even Mexico, maybe even South America. But people know him all over the place. Okay, if you did that in Scotland, right, or Great Britain, or if you did it in Switzerland, you would have a good amount of people that would know the name Jesse Ventura. That's that wrestler guy, right? Or that's the guy that was the governor of that beat the two-party oligarchy as an independent and became a governor, which was the first time somebody's actually beat the two-party oligarchy in a long time. But he has a lot of people that follow him. Everything he talks about, I can understand and I agree with. So his views and where he's at, he stands right along with everything we're talking about. I mean, I had a huge list. I know he supports guaranteed at least 90% of it. And I know he's definitely against Citizens United. And he wants to fix this McCutcheon versus the FEC. And he definitely wants to focus on getting money out of politics because that's the catalyst. That's the keystone in the arch. If you know what an arch is, you'll know that there's a keystone that keeps the arch from collapsing. There's a keystone, right? There's a keystone. Here's the arch. That's the keystone coming together, just like that. The keystone for the corruption of politics is money in politics, money in campaigns. All right? Please keep that in your head. And he's the guy that's going to talk about it. But what's going to really happen, to be totally honest with you, and I'm sure he understands and agrees, that he will be able to bring a lot of attention to the Green Party. Tons more than anybody else. June Baraka, like I was just going to say, nobody knows I fucking love a June Baraka. I love Jill Stein. I love all these people that are so seriously embedded and involved with the Green Party and its 10 key values and its pillars and all that stuff. And I am too. But it's time to step up. So with that being known and being a fact and being something that the Green Party absolutely must do, because if they don't, they're just dust in the wind. They're just dust in the wind. They're going to get 0.0000000% of the vote all the time. But what I'm going to get to is basically the truth of what's going to happen. Because I foresee it and I kind of predict it. Maybe I am a shaman. Maybe I am a kahuna. I don't really know, but but it's kind of easy to put the numbers together and kind of do the calculations in your head that Jesse Ventura will do a great bit of will get a great amount of publicity. He will be able to throw candidates' names in certain states and hopefully get a Green Party candidate in the House of Representatives on at the federal level. That would be would be the biggest hammer to take down that keystone. The biggest hammer to take down that two-party oligarchy. The biggest hammer to put that fucking Blala piece of shit two-party oligarchy in rehab to make them think, right? That would be great to have, and that would be your best position that you could go for. Going for a Senate seat is good luck. That's just idiotic in my opinion. Most focus should be on a House of Representatives position because we almost had one, and then everybody fell apart at the end last year. It was fucking horrific. We had Mike Feinstein and his group of idiots in LA that forgot to put in the voter's manual, right? They just conveniently forgot to put two very well-known and uprising stars, Rodolfo Cortez and definitely Kenneth Mejia, in the Los Angeles voter's guide. They just didn't submit it on time, even though Mike Feinstein's been doing it for fucking ever and has always done it on time. That was their biggest chance. They needed that, and they fucked up. So I don't know if that was purposely done. I don't know if there are just moles or just people that are just really trying to just destroy the party from within. But I'm trying to grow the party. I'm trying to get it to evolve. So with somebody like Jesse Ventura, you're going to get that. Okay? You're definitely going to get that. So let's just say he runs green and we're okay. And he gets his chance to go and talk to other people in the green primaries, right? And let's just say he takes the green primary. He'll probably take it by leaps and bounds. I think the biggest threat is people will be scared that he'll even run. I don't think anybody will challenge him on the issues because I know he'll be able to very articulately defend himself very well. He'll be able to articulate every single defense or everything that he's ever spoken for. But the guy is ever evolving for the betterment of what he's trying to do for his kids and his wife, who he loves dearly. Okay, I'm talking a guy that was an ex-Navy frog, SEAL in a sense, a patriot, a governor, a mayor, right, who beat the two-party system. That would be the perfect fit for the Green Party. And probably bring, instead of the 250,000 registered Greens all over the United States that there currently is, compared to the 80 million registered voters of the Blala Party or the two-party oligarchy registered voters. I mean, that's a huge margin. Huge. That's fucking huge. But he would bring light to the party that I think is the party that needs to wedge itself into this disgusting duopoly. It has to happen. He would bring attention. The thing I know he knows is that if he got enough votes and if he started to have enough momentum, and if both of these parties saw him as a threat, then they come together. Just like they come together and vote for the military and industrial complex. Just like they come together and vote for big pharma. Just like they come together and vote for big oil if it's necessary and needed. Just like they come together and vote for the elite and the 1%. You know, when they tell you they're going to do something for you, they tell you they're going to take care of you, they tell you they're going to, make everything better and wonderful and all things bright and beautiful, and then they fuck you. Nothing's happened. The Poor People's March by MLK over 50 years ago had identical issues that are happening today. Income inequality, healthcare, the list goes on. It's the 50 fucking years ago, and nothing's happened. This is why I think Jesse should run. He'll give his big last hurrah. What I think he'll be is a catalyst. The catalyst that's needed to save the 99%. The people that care about each other. The people that aren't corrupted or greedy. The people that want to help the planet, that want to see their kids swim in the same rivers and surf in the same oceans and dive off the same cliffs that they used to, and not dive into a puddle of crude oil or poisonous water waste or be contaminated or step on a fucking needle on the beach or whatever. I mean, the list goes on and on and on the amount of pollution that we're going through in so many different ways. And global warming is real and it's getting worse. Man has put a footprint, not like a baby footprint, but like a fucking Bigfoot footprint on this planet, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. So Jesse's going to bring up the things that these fuckers won't talk about. Mainstream media will have they won't be able to escape his words. Of course, they'll try to contort him. They'll try to they'll try to take it out of context, but they'll have no choice okay, but to air what he has to say, especially if he can get to one of the debates. Can you imagine? If you've ever heard or listened to Jesse debate or talk or go over with somebody else, he'll kind of do this. This is what he does. I don't give a fuck about that. But it means he's getting riled. It means he's getting, his energy's coming. Good luck. If you're on the other end of a debate or an argument, or you're trying to win a case against him, and if he knows he's right, okay, well, right is kind of a matter of perception. But what I'm basically really trying to tell you is he is going to beat the shit. He would make Trump cry. He would actually make anybody. He would make any person in Congress right now, on the Hill, at the federal level, senator or or representative, especially Donald Trump, or any candidates or anybody trying to be the president, he would shred them unless they believed in the 10 key values or the Green Party. Now, the Green Party has never been at the federal level. We've never had a House position. We've never had a Senate position. Of course, we've never been president, right? And we've been billions of light years away from getting any of those things. But last year we had a chance, and some fucking idiot asshole, I think, I don't know, man, just possibly some. Anyway, we'll investigate that some other time. But there are some people in the Green Party that I truly believe love to have that control, want to keep it small. They want to keep it at the city and the state level. They don't want to see it go federal. And that's exactly what the Blalas want. That's exactly what the duopoly wants. That's exactly what the two-party oligarchy wants. They want to make sure that the Green Party stays small. And that won't happen if you have Jesse Ventura talking about climate change, talking about income inequality, talking about health care or full, comprehensive, universal health care with no copay for all, talking about pre-K to community college, free and supportive programs for people. You know, he's going to do things that's going to bring attention to where it needs to be. He's going to talk about the wars. He knows all about that shit. He understands the way wars work. He was a fucking SEAL. He understands the military industrial complex more than probably most people that are fucking sitting in a seat in the House of Representatives on the Hill or in the Senate seats. He knows more about the way they do their backroom deals, more about how they get their money to their Cayman Islands accounts, more than how they get their money to their South African accounts, more on how they get their Swiss bank accounts filled up and all this money and land and material goods that these people are getting. There are more millionaires that have been made in the past 30 years in Congress than ever in the history. More one percenters in the history. And that's what AOC wants, right? That's what Elizabeth Warren wants. These people have become corrupt. If every single senator, if every single fucking House of Representatives, if every single executive isn't fighting to have campaign finance reform, getting rid of Citizens United and McCutcheon versus the FEC, then they're fucking corrupted. Then they're bad. If that isn't their main topic, all of it, just getting a fucking $174,000 or $220 something for a senator or whatever the fuck it is, right? If they aren't talking about that 24/7 instead of talking about Cohen and Mueller and Russia, and all these fucking distractions, and Stormy Daniels got $130,000. Who the fuck cares? People are dying. Countries are being blown up. Pollution is still everywhere. There's beaches I can't even go to anymore. There's fucking nuclear containers being built in San Onofre, California that nobody could stop. And all it takes is one leak and that entire coastline is done. And they're still being buried there. Nuclear waste. And if anybody tells you that nuclear is the way to go, fucking punch him in the face. Because that's the most deadliest shit out. That needs to go now. The sun is free. The wind is free. Currents are free. Rivers are free. Gravity is free. There's actually, you can generate power just from the magnetic forces of the earth. That's, oh God, okay. Okay. Don't start a revolution. Vote green. Support green. Jesse's going to bring a lot of topics up. He's going to have some issues. No, I know he wants to win. I know he's going to try. But the more he tries to win, the more he'll get. Let him go. Let him go for it. Let Jesse Ventura fucking go for it. Because if Jesse Ventura fucking goes for it, what happens is he starts to suck all the fucking life out of these blala pieces of shit. This very reputable and energetic and caring man who loves his wife, smokes a little reefer, thank God, right? Is going to do what's right. Is going to do what's necessary. Right is a matter of perspective. You know, he's not going to do what's good. He's going to do what's needed, what's necessary for the 99% and for the planet and all of its inhabitants. He's definitely going to do that. I fucking know it. I believe this guy's the real deal. I think he's the only way that the Green Party is going to survive. If the Green Party doesn't bring Jesse Ventura into 2020 or try, then the Green Party, in my professional opinion, in my professional perspective of what I've seen in the past and how I've seen things work, is going to die off. Is going to die off. I just think they're just going to be has-beens. It's going to be the same thing. 250, 300,000 registered green voters compared to 80 fucking million registered Dumbocrats and Republicans. You know, do the fucking numbers. So, with that being said, I'm glad that this is on. Peter Saturday, what's the word on it? I watched more recent video interview with him, and it didn't sound like he was really going to do it. Here's the thing that people need to understand about Jesse right now. And I'll be totally frank with you. There are assholes in the Green Party that are barraging him with bullshit. There are people in the Green Party that are doing some things that are terrible. There are, I think they're moles. I think they're saboteurs. They play it like they do a lot, but then they fucking get involved in it and they fuck it up. For example, I've been trying to get the 10 key values to be changed or to be seen in California, the 10 key values of the Green Party, for almost a year now. Almost a year. I think it has been a year, as a matter of fact. And guess what's happening? It's still 48 fucking questions. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's a literal and complete joke. People are in my way. Mike Feinstein. That's one guy. That guy's such a piece of shit. Mike, just go to the Democratic Party. Please just leave. Leave. Because you're not helping us. You've done a lot of crap, but you're just holding us down, and it really appears like you're doing it on purpose. Okay, like it's an agenda. Feinstein, you know, my mom's a private investigator, and I think I'm going to have to see if there's any relation to you and Diane. There's also kind of a resemblance, to be honest with you. So he's going to bring attention. I hope he does very well in the general election. I hope the goal is for him to get on the podium. Remember, if he gets on the podium, if Jesse Ventura can get enough support in the polls, right, which could be fucking doctored or rigged, who fucking knows? You know, they could pull it a Bernie Sanders, a fuck you Bernie Sanders, like they did in 2016, that Hillary and the Hillary Mafia and the Clinton Mafia did to him. To the 10th power, which they probably will, but he can take it. He can handle it, right? But if he gets on the podium, it's over. It's over. Nobody will have, people will want to hear what he has to say. Guarantee he is going to be the spotlight of everything. Everybody is going to go hear what that fucker has to say. They're going to go, okay, Mr. Ventura, why are you here? Well, I'm here because the two-party oligarchy has destroyed this country, and we need to get rid of all. We just need to wipe them clean and bring the Green Party people because they really care. They just want a paycheck, and they don't care about the extra benefits, and they just want to help the people and the planet. So we just need to get rid of these fuckers. He's going to say it something like that, but he's going to bring attention to it. Okay, or we can do like some crazies out there and have a physical revolution, which I think is just asinine, against I don't know, it would take like 2 F-35s, a couple F-16s, like 20 tanks, some ground troops, a few SEALs, just like 200 people to take on the rest of the militias and military out there, one by one, or all of them at once. We've created a monster, everybody, and it needs to be exposed. I want to know what happened to 9/11. I want a fucking unbiased investigation. There's too many loose ends. I want to know what happened to fucking Jeff. I want that to be exposed. Did we really go to the moon? I'm kind of hesitant on that, because we haven't been there since. That makes sense, right? We go out there to the moon in the 60s, and then for some reason we just don't go back. It's just, no, I'm not a flat earther, but I want to know what's going on and the reasons for, I want answers. We deserve answers. They work for us. That's the fucking problem with society nowadays and culture of the planet, is they give you the perception that it's become a fascist system. The Patriot Act that then turned into the NDAA, and now you can't protest, and if Congress or the executive branch or whatever decides that you're a threat to the nation, you're stamped as a fucking terrorist. Boom. Alex Jones, right? Good example. But there's a billion Alex Jones out there. There's a lot of people that have crazy speech and they're just talking. It's just that he had a bigger audience. That's why they fucked him, because he had an audience. Because people are easily manipulated. Sadly, if you are a religious fanatic nut, then I'm sorry, you're probably one of those people. If you believe that, I'm not even getting into that. But, and if I offended you just already, then I apologize. Never. Because you need to wake up and know that we are at the precipice. We are at the fucking pinnacle. We're on the edge. In the history of the world, you've always had, Nostradamus, always saying, okay, this is the time of the Four Horsemen or Armageddon or the apocalypse. Oh, no, this is the time. Everybody's always thought, like, every 10 or 15 years since Nostradamus, the earth is going to explode or split in half, or fucking, demons and shit are going to fly out of it. We're at that time. We are really, really at that time. We are completely and totally at that time that one of these countries is going to say, you know what? Fuck you, U.S., for fucking thinking you can just keep doing this shit and killing these people and your regime changes and your destruction and death that you bring upon so many countries and nations and how you manipulate governments and how you go after. I mean, Venezuela has got to be a great example for you guys, but you're still not getting it. Duh. I mean, just listen to what's happening out there. It's chaos. You know, we're at the precipice. I think we're at the precipice. I feel that we are. And if you don't think, and if you think everything's wonderful and fantastic, it's not. Okay. Go to the park, go walk your dog, go pick up its shit with your little blue bag. That's fine. Okay? But then go down to a low income area. So see the trash on the ground. Go see the junk. Go down to a nuclear plant. See the smoke and go to a Dow chemical plant or go somewhere and see the junk that's coming out of these giant stacks that just spew up crap into our ocean. Just go in LA for a while in the summer where it's been kind of like dead wind for like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and you'll see this layer that goes about, I don't know, half a mile up to maybe a mile. It just sits heavy carbon dioxide across fucking LA and parts of northern Orange County that soups down. I mean, they have pollution smog alerts in states because there's too much pollution in the air that we are creating. If we need a louder voice right now for the Green Party, you've got to say we need Jesse Ventura. You've just got to say that. You got to say that. All right, I'm going to do an open forum. Where's my freaking Zoom? Where's my Zoom thing? Okay. I think I'm still Zooming. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on. You share, invite. Oh, that's it. God, it's been so long. Copy invitation. X here. I'm going to post it in here. No, yeah, in here. At the top, you guys are welcome. People are welcome to come in all the time. I have no qualms with any. You know, if you want to argue with me, or if you want to debate with me, or if you think I'm off or wrong or just insane, just let me know. But the fact of the matter is we need a lot of attention to the Green Party because I truly believe that the planet should have been where the Green Party is now. If we were doing the proper things, the needed things, the necessary things, not just for our species, but for all the inhabitants of the planet and the planet itself and what it provides for us. Thank you, Mother Earth, by the way. We should have been listening to the Green Party a long time ago. But no. For the past 20, 30 years, it's just been all corruption, greed, the blah two-party oligarchy, Dumbocrats and Republicans, So anyway, it's in there. I don't know if whoever wants to come on. If I don't get anybody on within the next 5 minutes, then I'm going to get going. But I am going to say this. Okay, and I'll just say this, and I'll be done. Oh God, that's fucking loud. Jesus Christ. Will, what's up, bro?
Hi. Okay.
Let me turn this down. This is really loud. Hold on. Just keep talking. Keep talking. Why is this so fucking loud? Okay. How are you, buddy?
Wait, something's loud?
No, my speakers are full because I watch Netflix.
Oh.
And Hulu and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, get away from cable because it's just driving me crazy. What's going on with you, man? It's been a while, bro. How are you?
Well, I saw my stepfather's body today.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Hey, let me do this. I'm gonna start up a new show.
Uh-huh.
Do you mind?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's good to reduce the time.
Okay. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm going to start up a new show. I got to take a break, but I got to start a new show. Will, you're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to know that Will Pounds, Truth in Charge, is one of the is the reason why I'm doing Jesse Ventura. Okay, but I got to go. I'm going to start it back up in just a second. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys. Aloha. Just saw Dad's body. Oh my God, that's so bad. Sorry, bro. I love you guys. There's so much out there that needs attention. You know, he needs a hug. I should have given him a hug. Fuck. I love you, Will. I'll be back on just a minute. I've got to take care of some stuff that's happening. I got to take care of stuff. Aloha, guys.